So, you know what? I don't know how to pretend. I really don't know how to pretend. Maybe that's why my life is this way. I don't know how to pretend. To pretend to look away or to pretend to do things just because others are doing it. And that's why my life is the way it is. I don't know how to do that. I learned how to stand up for myself from when I was 12. So for those people who say they are Christians, to allow this man to be in power and now trying to man, I don't believe them. I don't, because they just allowed all of these things to happen because they felt that it's not touching them, right? And they believe that it's okay if every other person can be demolished one way or the other. So listen to this.
Paula White. Even her last name is White. Interesting. Who's now the leader of the Imaginary Christians Are Being Persecuted in America office. But she meets her first husband, Dean Knight. They get together, they fall in love, they have a child out of wedlock, and then they get married. And then she meets her second husband, Randy White. While they are both still married, Randy's married with children and is a pastor. And they have a relationship for a year before they finally get divorced and get married. And then Randy and Paula build a ministry over the course of 18 years before filing for divorce. Their ministry was later investigated because they spent millions of church appropriated funds on plastic surgery and a house and a private jet. She even gave Bishop T.D. Jakes a Bentley for his birthday. So then she has an affair with another married man who's a pastor named Benny Hinn, who got sued by his publisher because he had a morality clause. And then she meets a bona fide rock star, the keyboardist for Journey, Jonathan Cain, and they begin an affair. He is also married to his second wife with 3 children. I don't have my Bible, so I'm going to go from memory. Adultery is condemned in the Bible 54 times. As a matter of fact, if you look at Exodus 20, verse 14, it says, "Thou shalt not commit adultery," as part of the 10 Commandments that Christians want to put in schools. Do you want to know how many times homosexuality is mentioned in the Bible? 6. Do you want to know what's not included in the 10 Commandments? Abortion. But see, Christians have to find a group of people to hate a sin that's way worse than what they're doing, because otherwise they'd have to pay attention to the fact that they're out cheating on their spouses and condoning people who do. So not only are they not listening to the commandments to love the poor, serve the sick, help those in prison, help the stranger and the immigrant, they're also not listening to the ones about the sexual sin they shouldn't be committing. Christian persecution. Am I right? This is
Then you know that all these things that they are doing is fake, and it has always been. So now that you have seen that, is it not obvious that you need to know your God? When I got that message last year that people need to start having personal relationship with God, I took it seriously, and I thank God that we sure do have a personal relationship with God. And it's not late for anyone to start having that. And you have to help your children. This is very critical, to have personal relationship with God and not depend on men of whatever. Because growing up, my father made us depend on him. He was our spiritual father, not any other one, nor any other person. And I'm grateful that I had that upbringing, and we're using that for our children. Thank you for listening.